action.
Hi, I'm H. Brown here with Tony Dorenzo and Skippy, our dog, and this is our number. I don't know. We should probably name them, but let's just let this is. Let's call this one. Let's call this one the Bulldog.
What you're holding in your hand? What are you doing?
The Bulldog
Proposal.
plan, the Bulldog plan for making San Francisco safe again by returning foot patrols to the streets. I've been working on this for a long time, and behind you up there, though, I want you to pay attention to the sketches up there. They're all by Tony Dorenzo. The one on your left is the Bulldog wearing a patrol special police necktie and patch and all this. It's very important that we get a couple of hundred more patrol specials out on the streets of San Francisco. The answer to security here is not to take police further from the streets with drones and bullshit like that. That's all it does, is push it. Name recognition or facial recognition cameras and all that. They aren't going to have to do any police work at all. I mean, not that I'm in favor of crime, but it's going to be, you're never going to see the cop. And you should actually meet and talk to the police. There are over 2,000 of them in this city and all that. You should meet them and get to know them, because they're a lot of good people. They got a few bad apples, baby, and I mean, really, they got some racist assholes, to tell you the truth, and some homophobes and the whole goddamn thing, you know. Trump is big with the police force, and we got a fire department. We got one fire department, number 36, and they fly a big American flag off the back of their rig. I was a firefighter 5 years, and that insulted me. And I told them and stopped them and told them about it. I said, you know, you don't deserve to fly that flag anymore. I got a flag draped all over my front room and window in here. My family's been in the military since the Revolutionary motherfucking War, and they're flying on. I said, any of you on this truck even vets? Oh, no vets and all that. They were saying that like they own the American flag, because Trump is somehow. I mean, the asshole gets on stage and does everything but jack off the flags and all that. But they don't deserve to fly it. Plus, it's a hindrance on an engine company. If you've got a fire right where that flag is flying, right next to it on the back step, they call it up there. There's a load of hose, a couple of 100 feet, an inch and a half hose. And it's called a skid, and you pull it off, and it drops in the street, and then you can run to a fire like bam, 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 bam. But anyway, if you got that flag in the way, and then wind starts blowing and shit, that I brought that up with the fire chief, and the fire chief said, yeah, duh. I mean, I don't know. You know, I believe in hiring the handicap, but I don't know about that. And they never even polished the chief's nose on the fire chief's house over on Bush Street, where I used to live across the street. But that's another story. We got the sketches are. But anyway, the cops need 300 more of these patrol specials instead of their hire to take them, because patrol specials, by definition, are on foot patrol. The middle one is a joke, because if you dig into my site at all, you'll see dozens of entries in there about my conversations with ChatGPT. And so I respect ChatGPT big time. So Tony thought that was funny, so he made a cartoon of me sitting on the couch getting analyzed by ChatGPT, because I really do all the time do that kind of shit. But the other one, hookers and cops, is about legalizing the sex trade in San Francisco, and making the cop instead of a pimp standing there watching her, you got a cop standing there watching her. That's pretty much better. If we're going to have sex is not going away, folks. I hate to tell you that. I don't know who's opposed to it or anything, but legalizing it in this district, in District 9, there's an awful lot of problems on Cap Street particularly, because the girls of the night were out there selling their leg, and the traffic jams were bad. So I say legalize prostitution and take it off the street and put it in some of those 55 to 60 empty storefronts on Mission Street, and we can make that happen. But the sketch that Tony did, you'll see on every bit of the campaign that we pushed at. I want to get us hooked up with. There's a label. There's a group that I have a folder on it anyway over on the table, but I want to get us get hooked up with a sexual organization, because I'm going to run with that as a plank in my platform. I want to be hooked up with them and advertise for them in all of these videos that we have. How's that sound, Tony?
Good. What you got in your hand?
Yeah, this is the Foot Patrol. I've done a video previously of the Armory. Okay, and the Armory is everybody stands up at all of these things. I'm also wearing a button. Or I was. Oh yeah, I got a button on.
Yep.
Where?
It looks like a picture of San Francisco.
Where is it?
It's right there above your pocket, above your glasses, glass case. Your glass case. No, on your coat.
The film can see it.
Yeah, it's there, right there.
Yeah. This was the 9 Latino groups that didn't invite me. By the way, I was the only person qualified to ballot in town, and I didn't get invited. When I got there, I was the only white guy, and one of the speakers on the other side of the stage said, "Isn't it great for us to be up here and with only Latino, with no white people up here?" And I'm on the other end of the thing, waving my hand like this. And all that. And some people in the audience laughed at all that shit, but I mean, and then they're all when they got the group picture, they didn't invite me in, so I came in and pushed in on the end where I was sitting. But they were nice to me. I mean, they were nice to me all the way around. But that was supposed to be some kind of a dynamism there, some kind of a big fight between, I guess, Fielder and what's his name, Trevor Chandler, who's also a candidate, who's running from the billionaire side of the equation. He's a real nice guy. I bullshitted with him for a while. His husband is a black dude named Adrian, who looks like a movie star, and I understand he's got a dog too. But he's one of those cases where he seems like a nice guy, but he's fallen in with bad company. And Daniel Lurie's that way to me. I mean, Lurie, I spent a couple hours overall over the last years with bullshitting with Lurie in one level or another, and he's a really good guy, really nice guy. But I mean, the policies that he's advertising in his campaign are like walk up to a poor person with a cop and a piece of paper, and if they won't sign it, put them in jail or some shit like that. No, it's walk up with a social worker, and if they do this, but anyway, it's not the way Daniel Lurie personally would treat anybody if he walked up and met him. Believe me, he's a nice guy. But Peskin is my candidate for mayor, 1,000% over. The other 4 are knuckle dragging barbarians as far as I'm concerned. But Peskin for mayor. But anyway, what we were talking about was the Armory, and I said what we should do. I told the people at the gathering the other night, I said, first of all, they spent like 5 minutes doing Indian prayer and stuff like that about the people, the indigenous people here. And I thought, well, that's nice. And I stood up and my thing, and I said, if this is unceded Ohlone land, then give it back to them. Put your money where your mouth is. You know, give it back to them and give them the Armory as a casino. The Armory would make a terrific casino. And then you legalize prostitution. You legalize the sex trade. And then you do it like Amsterdam. They have, hookers will sit in windows, but it's a red light district. You don't take children there, you know. Anyway, for those 55 empty storefronts, they're going to be, most of them are going to be in sections like this one will be on 16th, a red light section. This is
No, that's just State Joe. There you go. I got you.
this will be a red light section on around the 16th Street BART station in the Mission. Okay, and what happens is you're going to put your foot patrols, 2 of them, and it will be 3 guys on duty at a time, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 3 people there. One of them will always be in the cop box at 16th and Mission next to BART. And next to him will be 2 stages, and you can have musicians on either side. You can have people making speeches. They can say you God, or on that corner I always joke and say you can buy God, or you can buy heroin, or you can buy a passport if you want. At 16, you can buy sex or sell sex, and you can buy illegal cosmetics. And 16th and Mission is quite a place. So anyway, we started at 16th and Mission. You start at 16th and Mission, and the cops walk out, and one walks this beat down here, this yellow beat, and this beat goes down to the Armory, comes over to across from my house right here on 14th and Valencia, and heads up back up Valencia, and then come back in at 16th. And from time to time you'll do Julian along the way, but Julian is the one side of it is the Armory here in a parking lot, all of this whole block, or half of this block. And so the main thing is going to be the businesses along Valencia, and the businesses along Mission will be cooking, baby. I mean, it'll be something else. And hopefully you'll get some music going on in there also. But the cops go in either direction, and they alternate. And so that, first of all, you're going to get in shape. And the other end, you got down here at this end, you've got the Armory, and you've got the Indian Casino. And if the city won't give it, I say buy it. I try to get Lurie to buy the damn thing, and then split it. What you do is split the casino with the Indians. Instead of having the mob like you do in Vegas, you can have Lurie in San Francisco. What do you think, Daniel? What do you think of buying that Armory there, huh? Your family made their fortune right around the corner in the Levi's plant. You can make the second fortune here at the Armory. I don't think a casino, an Indian casino, is going to go broke in San Francisco. But anyway, I told the crowd there, you got to give the land back to the Ohlone, and then give Alcatraz back to the Ohlone, and make casinos out there, and make casino in the Cow Palace, and put one on Treasure Island. Make Treasure Island a real treasure. But the casino on Treasure Island better be on a boat, because Treasure Island's in trouble with the water, but that's another story. So one beat comes down here and ends up by my house with the Armory over here. Then it comes up back on 16th to where Manny's is here. The bright red light is Manny's. It comes down 16th and ends up back at 16th and Mission, where they switch and come back the other way. And the other way, the other route starts out here and will come up Valencia. And this is all nice restaurants all along both sides of Valencia here, from 16th down to 18th, which is where the foot patrol would go to. I've got it ending here at Clarion Alley, but we'll see on that. But you got the police precinct right here on one side, and the diagonal at the Armory on the other side would be a casino here. So this place has been some of the toughest places in town, some of the most dangerous. You'll turn it into the most prosperous. That's what it would do if you legalized the sex trade. I haven't even gotten into the strip I would put in North Beach, but that's another story, isn't it? I'm not running for mayor. I'm running for D9 supervisor. But anyway, that's what I would do with the cops. It would take you 9 cops for a daily shift, and you bill them at 33 days a month, because you'd need to have time off for vacation, and then have and holidays and stuff like that. I don't do the money wise, but if Jackie Fielder's watching this, Jackie Fielder can figure out exactly what it would run. She's a Stanford product. She's my #1 pick right now, by the way. She's she's unbelievably pin perfect from the end of her stiletto high heels to the tip of her head, and she looks like an android or something, like, like she should be on a runway in Paris. But she's got the chops so far. We'll see how that works out. And she certainly has she and Hernandez have the only 2 organized campaigns that we're seeing any of, with Trevor Chandler backing out of. And that's something I want to bring up. Since I'm the candidate, I can change subjects, right? But there was a thing at the let me see. There was a thing at the forum the other night where if you had read the papers or the media or the online media leading up to that forum, you would have thought that there was going to be a riot there or something, because the brown men were going to be there, and they're rapists and all that kind of stuff and all that junk, and so the whitest of the white candidates, Trevor Chandler, backed out of the forum, said he wouldn't appear on stage with those people because the people who were sponsoring it, the 9 Latino cultural and jobs groups and all that, he said that some of them had on their board 2 guys that had been accused of raping their ex-girlfriends. Well, I'm here to tell you, cowpoke, I've gotten back in bed with a couple of ex-girlfriends and a couple of ex-wives and all that, and I've had a couple of them try to kill me, and I blew that off, Anyway, I'm not trying to make light of it too much here, but these guys, I think they're being hounded by a small group that's trophy hunting and looking to get a couple of black and brown. Well, they're brown. Both of them are brown. Brown white guys who were up and coming politically, to smear them and chase them out of politics. But I think is a bunch of bullshit. But the forum that they missed going to, I don't know. It was you talk about pleasant. It was really nice. I mean, I went down and got some good food afterwards and sat in the patio and ate, and it was very, and nobody on stage. Fielder one time brought up something about a candidate. I don't think what's his name, Chandler's name came up at all. But and the subject of these 2 guys accused of raping their ex-girlfriends, and by the way, neither of them has been charged with that or been arrested for that. That's just hearsay back and forth between the ladies that are getting the ladies. I'm sorry to tell you this, ladies. Don't get too upset with me, but it's a couple of lesbian organizations that have decided they're going to trophy hunt for these guys, and they're reaching out, and the cops won't even touch it so far and all that. But you're trying to ruin these guys' careers, and you're white and they're not.
Okay, so you're at 20 minutes.
That's not proper at all. So I'm going to sign off here, but we got the 2 foot patrols in, we got the legalizing sex in, we got legalizing gambling in, so and we got the push in. We didn't touch Deborah Walker, no for police commission, but The Bulldog signing off on June the 7th, 2024.